G'day guys, welcome back. My name is Wildkard. Thank you for watching my content. I really do appreciate it. Yes, you are here because evidently Australian rugby is dying and it's dying fast. It's a Rugby World Cup year and the biggest rivalry basically for the last 4 years now between the Reds and the Brumbies is this was an empty stadium basically. There had been more crowds during restrictions than this turnout tonight in this basically a blockbuster, supposedly blockbuster match, right? Evidently poaching players from the other codes, spending $4.8 million for a 19-year-old is not going to save the game anytime soon, right? And I'm very disappointed because this game is literally the premier match in Australian rugby for the last 4 years. The score has been so close in the last few years. It's like 2-point margin again and again and again. It could have gone both ways. And scoreboard aside, the lack of interest is the most concerning part of this game out of everything else that is happening in Rugby Australia right now, right? I just wanted to show you something, right? So on the same night, the Dolphins, okay, yes, the Dolphins, worst name for a rugby team, by the way, played the North Queensland Cowboys. And you can see the stadium is quite packed out. And exactly, the Dolphins, the new team that was just introduced this year. The team that was just added in this year has more fans than Brumbies versus the Reds. Two of the top teams in Australia going head to head. There had to be more fans for this game, also played in Queensland, right? This is the Cowboys in North Queensland, the Dolphins in Redcliffe in Brisbane. But yeah, you can see, quite packed out. And let's have a look at the Reds game. Empty seats. Oh yeah, there's a couple guys there. Like, their social distancing must be. I mean, sure, yeah, must be. I know it was raining, but yeah, look at that. I know it's raining. I know there have been some storms, but you tell me the biggest game. You tell me if the All Blacks, plays the Springboks in New Zealand where it's bucketing down rain and they can fill up Eden Park, and you think that if people really want to see this game, they're not going to show up. The biggest rivalry essentially in the last 4 years in Australian rugby. You think that people are not going to show up because of a bit of a rain? Huh? Like that's the reason, right? And it's not because of poor management, right? Not because rugby league. I mean, filling our stadiums in North Queensland with one of the teams is completely new, right? And and Rugby Australia doing a great job, mate. I mean, I'm pretty sure that one of the reasons that was given to us as to why they pay so much money for a 19-year-old to play for the Waratahs, right, is because they're trying to find private equity to buy Rugby Australia, right? Whoever buys this has to be the biggest bunch of morons. You have to be the stupidest investors in the world to buy this garbage, right? To buy this pile of garbage. Like, seriously, I can't imagine, if you want to buy the All Blacks, I can sort of understand. To buy this garbage, empty stadium on a Friday night, I mean, long weekend, by the way, can't even sell out, not even sell out. I mean, this is the worst than, like I said, during the pandemic, right? Just absolute catastrophic failures, right? And then the Rugby Australia comes out and make these excuses, right? Like, I don't know why there's so much hate towards rugby these days. I mean, we all love league. We all like watching rugby league. Why doesn't rugby league fans wants to watch rugby union, right? I mean, you went out and bought their players, actively poaching their players, stirring things up, right? And trying to break up local clubs, right, by taking their top talents, and you wonder why people don't hate you. You wonder why people don't watch rugby, right? You wonder why your fans are leaving in droves, and you wonder why everybody hates this game in Australia, right? Why does everyone hate us? We all love rugby league. It's pretty much the same game. Why doesn't the fans want to come watch Tilson Swali play Union, right? Oh my God, the idiocracy, right? Like, again, whoever wants to buy Rugby Australia, good luck, okay? You have to be the biggest bunch of morons, okay? If they're giving this to you for free, say no, because the debt is not worth for you to pay off. Okay? Because you're just gonna be paying off the debt. They're giving you for free, you should just say no. Okay? That's how bad this is, Rugby Australia. Unbelievable. Unbelievably bad. Anyway, let's talk about this game. Again, so, outside of the disappointing management, this game, again, it's fun. It's a blowout, right? It's a blowout for the Brumbies. I don't know what else to say. The Reds seems to have discipline issues again, and again, the Reds just didn't look like they were. It just completely looked like the Reds were in the game for about half of it, and then it just looks like you just look like the Reds fell apart in the second half, right? The Brumbies just had way more control, way more disciplined. And it was just, like in the second half, it almost looks like the Reds put on their bench, and it was a bunch of schoolboys who didn't really know how to play anymore, and the Brumbies just like blow the Reds out of the corner, out of the water. It was quite disappointing. Again, the two teams had a margin of about 2 points, basically, year by year. Very, very close for the last, 3 or 4 years now. And quite a rivalry going, quite a rivalry brewing, and this is what we got this today. In front of an empty stadium. I mean, I don't blame the fans who want to watch this. It was not that great. So 3 tries to the Reds, 7 to the Brumbies, 7 to the Brumbies. Yeah, right. Number of turnovers, 349 run meters, the Brumbies 426. Turnovers conceded, 7 against the Reds, 15 against the Brumbies. 50 missed tackles, the Reds out of 111 tackles made. The Brumbies actually had to make more missed tackles, 27 missed tackles out of 116. Kicks in play, quite a bit of kicking game going on. It was a bit wet. 26 kicks for the Reds, 28 for the Brumbies. And goal kicking wise, both teams were pretty much perfect. Lineouts, the Reds had a bit of a struggle. Obviously, it's wet, 16 lineouts. The Brumbies, 18 lineouts. Brumbies lost some of the lineouts as well. 4 lineouts lost. The Reds had a more try, so which was kind of something that Brumbies do really well. So the set piece looked okay in the first half. There was a red card against who was it? The not Angus Blythe, one of the guy. Angus. Anyway, there was a red card against the Reds as well. It did look pretty brutal. Oh yeah, I've got it up here actually. So who was it that took the shot? McKellar? Who? No, that's Dan McKellar. Who was it? We can find the player here, right? So it wasn't Neville. Wait, who was it? Was it Liam Wright? Was it Liam Wright? I think it was Liam Wright, yeah. Completely destroyed this guy, knocked him out. And it was a red card. Maybe we can just watch this for a bit. Quite brutal hit. He is Woolsey. He got clipped late. So it was a red card, unfortunately. Let's just watch this. I mean, oh wow, he's gone, right? It was late here, yeah. This guy excuse me. But yeah, he got destroyed. Late hit. Pretty much. Yeah. Head to head. Yeah, that was pretty reckless play, but it is what it is. Angus Blythe. Yeah, that's the one. Not him, right? Angus Blythe. It is what it is. And luckily, 20-minute replacement for the Red, so he didn't completely rule the game. But that wasn't the issue why the Reds were lost in the second half, because the Reds were back in the full composition. Just wasn't good enough. Like the ill discipline. Let's keep going with the match stats. Yeah, 19 penalties conceded. And Brumbies much better, more clinical. 9 penalties. The Brumbies did get a 1 yellow card, which allowed the Reds to come back a little bit. But overall, the Reds seems to really lost a lot of their mojo. I do think that James O'Connor not being informed, someone that was directing the game quite a lot for the Reds in the last couple of seasons. Him not being here is really a big loss for the Reds. I mean, he's not really informed as well. So I don't know what the solution is for the Reds. There's a few injuries as well in the back line. But I do think that the Reds lacked a bit of composure without James O'Connor. And they either have to just try to get him back in shape and put him back on the field, or try to find another 10. I mean, Liner is out, the new player, the son of Michael Liner. So, yeah, it's a tough spot for the Reds. But, I mean, I don't know what else to say. It is what it is. Go watch the highlights. 24 points to 52. the biggest margin between the two teams for over the last, 4 years at least. And yeah, very disappointed. And yeah, rugby's dying. And I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say. Joseph Swali deal is done. They can't revert it. The much needed money that needs to go into, developing the game, developing players, keeping players domestically playing, not going overseas. It's not there anymore. It's gone, right? And also, making enemies out of your rivals is really not helping the business as well. So yeah, empty stadiums, and we better start getting used to that. Or yeah, it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts, guys. Did you watch this game? Are you one of the few guys who actually were at Suncorp? Let me know down in the comments. And yeah, very disappointing. But thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Cheers.